need y'all to ride for
I
me.
will, I will hoorah for all of y'all. This is like family. So
I
if somebody's
I will
coming for
let you
you,
know. I will let you know. I know
but
who the mom.
but you can't be vague. I need to know specifics.
I didn't gather everybody's info. It was a
But I'm
long
gonna need
chain.
that. If we're talking about how you were wronged, then I'm gonna let you get that out, and then we're gonna sit down and you're gonna say, now who did this? Who did? Because I need to know how much ire to direct at each person. I need to know who gets verbal, who gets physical. I need all the. When you just give me general, I can't fight for you.
Okay,
I gotta have.
We can find some.
No,
I don't personally have any aggression towards anybody who disagrees with me. Right? I can personally agree to disagree. At best, it just lets me know how fragile your confidence in yourself may be. To be honest, right? That's not a shot at all. I had to work on myself to learn how to accept things that maybe I believe to be true that aren't, or things about myself that I had to learn how to be confident in so that I could stand firm with what I believe in more, right? I'm not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers. I assumed it would ruffle some people's feathers.
Listen, it's so many things in life. People are always saying, don't take it personally. It's not personal. But these are personal. Finally, we get something personal, and I don't get the information I need to get out there. I'm just, I feel lost. I can't ignore this like you.
You got to.
No.
Listen to this.
That's right. You got to. You can't ignore this. You can't ignore the Cant Tell Us Nothing show when it's on.
Don't let them come for you, Antoine. I'm really okay, John. I'm not going to.
Hold on. Let me let this guy finish this. This is important.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You hear what he just said? That was key.
What did he say? Repeat it.
He took a quarter of bottled water, right? It took a quarter to make a bottle of water, right? He invested in a company that makes it takes him a quarter of a bottle that they actually produce, and he sold it for $250 million, right? This is a dude that grew up in the projects in Jamaica, Queens, and probably drug dealing, right? That is an opportunity. Is it going to happen for everybody? No. But if you are relentless enough and there's an opportunity that you want to learn about, it's like you can participate. You do not have to rely on that system to finance your life, right? It becomes very dangerous at that point. It's not the argument for the whole conversation, but I just thought that the song, he said it, and 50 Cent, I'm sure 10, 15 years ago, you'd have been like, there's no way 50 Cent is going to be a billionaire. That person will be looking mighty stupid now. More to the story, don't ever tell somebody they can't be a billionaire. More to the story. I might have needed to hear that. Now it's time to go make my billions.
John, do you want to tell people what the hell you're talking about? Do you want to bring people in a little bit on what's going on here?
Of course. So, John, the finance guy, I work in finance. I love to talk about money and numbers and business. I posted something because, Jeff Bezos, Jeffy B.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff the astronaut, Jeff the tax evader, or whatever people call him. Jeff Bezos. On paper, the world's wealthiest man. It sparked me as a guy who studies finance, you study a lot of how these unicorn individuals emerge from the pack and amass these same amounts of money. Finance is not a simple concept to understand. So there's not a lot of people that take finance. I understand that. But I decided to ask a more psychological question on Facebook, which was, why is there such, actually the question was, why do people care what these billionaires spend their money on, right? And knowing that I asked that question, I preface it by saying as well, most individuals I've met in this human existence don't like other people telling them how to spend their money, right? So what changes? Is it the dollar amount that changes? Is it the ideology that makes it worse? Is it because your cousin got fired from a job and you're like, he told me a horrible story? It could be a lot of things. My personal point was it still boils down to the individual having to exert energy about what someone else is doing that's not thinking about you, right? And they're not in your circle. So that was a question. None to say, I don't ever really post. And most of the time when I post things, I don't necessarily, I'm not looking for a whole bunch of people to comment. This one, I just felt like I want to see what people think. And there was a lot of comments on that section. And of course, people came at me, right, for even asking the question. What kind of question did that? It's a short-sighted question to ask. Somebody called me a billionaire sympathizer. We don't need any more sympathizers. Somebody standing up for the billionaires. Hint, hint, buddy. Don't you want the billionaires on your side? Don't you want them to be on your side? Don't you want them to be like, yeah, try to whatever? Nonetheless, I'm not sympathizing with them. I just asked the question, why do we care? Now, some of those questions, some of those answers I got were pretty morally fair, right? Morally fair, meaning these guys are not paying wages to what I think is livable, even though this guy just sent himself to the rocket ship. Great argument, but I got a counter to that argument as well. Somebody said they're hoarding all the money. I said, okay, got an argument for that. And then one person was just like, burn them all to hell. Not quoting them, but they just did not see anything good about a person wanting to pursue the enrichment, right? Which was essentially another question I asked. Is there a problem with enrichment? As a Black man, everywhere I see, everybody looks like they out here getting money, right? Through business ownership and real estate. But all of a sudden, I got to have a disdain against that. Even some people that employ me, for anybody who works for a major company, those people that sit on the boards of those companies, they have a lot of money. They are governing how you get paid, right? So I thought it was interesting to hear that. And of course, I've heard like a lot of obviously I grew up I'm not coming from rich birth. I'm not coming from any really money, right? Like I'm coming from very humble beginnings. I'm very close and connected to the low income and even the poverty group in this country, which by the way, the system is not designed to make people and poor people in this country have a good life, right? That is just not the system that we live in by any means. There's nothing proof about that, right? It is not set up for that. It's set up, to basically flow money upwards because those are the people that end up controlling these institutions, right? And my other point I didn't get to make was how much of the government should you point your hostility to? Because if you're a business owner and you're trying to, let's say your goal was to build this amazing company that was going to, make you fly to the moon and get Happy Meals. That was your dream. You worked your whole life. You built that in your garage. You gave up your full-time job, benefits, retirement, and security to build something. You attracted the best talent. You attracted investors and capital. You sold off equity and pieces of that company to scale that so that you could employ, what is it, like 500,000 people, I think Amazon employs. And then you decide to do an exit, which if anybody has ever invested, they tell you have an exit strategy. You exit and you're an extremely wealthy guy, right? But now you're the bad guy. To me, I just felt like we didn't have the points I was hearing really weren't looking at either how finance is traditionally done alongside with regulation, or they're looking at one symptom of the problem, and that becomes the thing that gets the most attention. But there's no solution to it. And without a solution, it just becomes megaphone. Megaphony can cause people to get unfriended, I guess, as I got on Facebook. where I ask questions, person doesn't know how to answer them, so they automatically assume that I'm not somebody that you should befriend. Well, whatever, right? Like, if I said, "Why is the sun red?" I hope the answer shouldn't come back with some aggression, but there was some right there was some aggression there, and of course, I don't take anything personal. Shout out to the book Four Agreements. If you've never read it, one of the rules of the best rule is don't take anything personal from someone else, especially if you know you haven't done anything intentionally to them. Whatever that issue they have is with themselves.
Yeah, John, why do you think people take things personally sometimes?
I don't know why people take things personal. I know we're emotional. I think fundamentally, whenever you have a belief, it is extremely difficult for you to change that belief, especially if you are emotionally invested in it. Even if you find out that you are very wrong about that belief, the belief is more important than the actual action to some people. It's kind of like how we connected with religion, right? Like, the reason they say don't talk about politics and religion is because those are fundamentally tied to your belief system. And your belief system is, that's just dangerous territory, right? It's just dangerous. People do not want to change how they view something. It can mean giving up pieces of their identity. It can mean self-criticism. Man, I have been fucking up because I had this belief system and really I should have been using my abilities to go in this direction, having a more flexible belief system about how this thing works, right? But in that case, if I had asked, why do people get offended over that question? My thing is, I don't think I don't think you believe in yourself. That's the only thing. I was like, if you believe in yourself enough, you wouldn't get fired up, but you would go figure out how to solve it. You would go
I did see I saw the post. I was reading some of the comments. It definitely there's a lot more when I came back later. But I did see a few comments where people were trying to essentially do the math, but they were doing the math in like an hourly employee way. They were saying like, oh, I need to work this many hours to get this many billions in this many years, when that's not how billionaires make their money. They don't make it by the hour. They compound it, and then the money makes money on itself.
The asset grows its value, that generates cash flow, right? I've never heard of one billionaire that was getting paid $1 billion in salary, because a salary, even if you're a major league player, you're still working a job, which is why these athletes can get paid a salary with $200 million, and an owner can still say, shut your ass up, go play. An example of this is the Colin Kaepernick NFL situation, right? Oh man, that's cut dry, right? In one case, can a player speak their civil and their personal belief systems and actually act on those, even in a passive way inside an organization they don't own? That's a fundamental question. And the second thing, regardless of how spicy that belief thing or that situation is, there's still a layer of you don't have ownership in it. So you don't finally get to impose your will against the standard of how they operate. That's fundamental. If you don't believe me, go try to tell your boss, go fuck themselves. I don't like how you work, right? Hopefully they're good enough and know your will to keep you on board, but they don't have to work with you. They can go get someone else. There's tons of athletes coming out every year getting drafted. But the second thing was it was hard for me to reconcile his belief, which I'm personally identify with, right? He was taking a knee for police brutality and a way to draw attention of it, was doing it with the most eyeballs in the country who would be in favor of all of that, would probably have to sit through it. One business owner said something. I mean, one of the owners said something that seemed pretty harsh, and I'm not going to quote it, but it was along the lines of, if he wants to do that, he should go start his own league, and he can knee as much as he wants, right? there's nothing wrong intrinsically about what that guy said, because essentially that's what they're doing, right? They have ownership, which means they have intellectual property, and its government sees them. They are managing and governing this organization that makes money. So they get to say what happens, even if they're wrong. That's why businesses build and die every day. But my point of bringing up Colin Kaepernick was kind of like the billionaire question. It's kind of like, well, there's two ways you can go about it. You can ruffle the feathers. Hopefully you get enough emotional support that swings these guys to give some leverage on what you do. But guess what? You still don't own it. So that leverage may come in the form of something, but the minute they can disattach themselves from you, you're out of there, which is why he's never going to get back in the league. And an argument I had with a player was, would you let somebody back in your company who basically made a public announcement of how much they didn't like you, how they thought you were, even if they were right? They basically shitted on you. They basically brought all this attention, all these lawsuits. As an owner of the company, you would say that person could go fuck themselves, right? As the owner. As an employee, you would have a different vision, right? You have a different view, but it's not a owner. This is not the robber band days of the 1920s. We have a lot more opportunity and access, even though the system still favors those who have the assets, even if they've got them for illegal circumstances, right? But my point is, like, why should you, in that situation, put so much effort into what they're doing versus what you are essentially capable of doing? That was where I wanted to go with that question. And I feel like that's a better solution. If you had 150 people or whoever was commenting on that, if all 150 of those people who did not like the fact that I brought it up and how distasteful those billionaires were working on solutions for those things, we would have a lot more opportunities for those things to be combated. But if I sit on my iPhone Googling information about billionaires, buying books from Amazon, one click button, I'm funding these institutions that are using the money to avoid the tax, right? The tax payments that they have to make based on incentives, because you never heard the government come after Amazon, Google, or anybody for taxes. Why? If it was a problem the government thought, they would have been enforced it. Now they say, oh, we're throwing antitrust, this and that, but it hasn't been any movement. It hasn't been any movement, right? That's my point. That's my point. See, Kelly just asked a question. It just popped up, so I was like, okay.
Good. You got that out.
You feel better, John?
No, I don't know. It was already in his head. He just wanted to put that out here. That's what this platform is about. You had this is I back you. Billionaire sympathizer, future billionaire hater, whatever you are.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. But I'll put future billionaire on my LinkedIn. Billionaire sympathizer, future billionaire on my LinkedIn from now on. No, of course I don't sympathize with billionaire. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. But it was crazy.
Why not? Everybody, even the devil need a birthday party. If it's a thing you believe in, like I believe in celebrating people's birthdays if they want to, for sure.
Absolutely,
Kelly. You can get one. You can get a hat.
Oh yeah.
We're going to post them in a couple of days.
We cut to Tandi's living room. Tandi, can I see a little something about this invitation on your end table here?
Yeah.
It looks like you got an invitation to Satan's birthday party.
Oh,
I didn't even know you were friends.
No, we're really not. No, we're really
are you gonna
not
go?
Friends. No, we're really not friends. But I am committed to celebrating birthdays. You know, doesn't matter to me who you are, what you've done.
Well,
I mean, I know there's some, I mean, you know, I mean, it does matter. However, birthdays are my thing. Birthdays are my thing.
Yeah, but it's Lucifer. It's the devil. I mean, I think there's one birthday you can skip. It's probably that one, right, Tandi?
I mean, every birthday is important, Antoine. Everybody needs to be celebrated for being here. And I mean, you know,
even the devil, though.
What's he
like? I wouldn't even know what his birthday party would consist of. And why are you getting an invitation? Like, what is your relationship with this guy?
Well, we went to college together just for a little while. He left. He couldn't stay. But we were in college together, and you know, I kind of feel
you keep in touch.
Kind of, sort of, yeah, with Facebook and all. Like, he reached out, and you know, I was like, you know, I've got thousands of other friends. Why would I just turn my back on the devil? I mean, I knew him. I mean, he's a bad guy. I mean, but he's got some good points, right? He's encouraged. He's encouraged.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm getting ready to go to Lucy's birthday too, man. Heard y'all talking about
right.
You're going too?
Hell yeah, I'm going to the devil's birthday, man. Shit.
Are you guys friends?
No. I'm not friends with him. You don't want to be friends with the devil. It's just kind of like I just knew him. I met him at a strip club one night. I didn't have no money to get in the club. He helped me out.
You took money from the devil.
See,
he didn't ask for money. He just said I was good.
He just let him in. Yeah, see, I told you he's got some good points. Mm-hmm. Yeah, strip club's probably not bad. I mean, not good, but he was helpful to John. So that's what I'm saying. So everybody's got something.
Tandi, did he help you out in some way?
Oh, well, yeah. I was failing a geography class. And I was like, oh gosh, you know, how am I gonna get past things with this? And he's like, what are you worried about? I was like, I'm failing right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's like, don't worry about it. Teacher didn't show up the next day, or the Friday after that, or even the next Monday. We get a report that, you know, he died. And I was like, that is so sad. But that was so good for me. See, that's what I'm saying.
That's awful. That's awful.
It helped me. I mean, what? Come on, Antoine.
This is heavy. I
hey guys, I'm here. You guys ready to go to Lucy's party?
Antoine's holding me up. No. John's here. Everybody's ready.
Yeah, not you, Amechi. You got an invitation too?
Yeah, and I got a +1 if you want to come.
You'll have fun, Antoine. I'm telling you, dude is really cool. He knows all the musicians, all of them.
Oh my God.
All the drugs are there. I mean, perfect drugs. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, anything you want, you know.
I like it.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll just stop by to see how it looks. Just because my curiosity piqued, I'm leaving immediately. I'm gonna Uber on out.
No,
I don't think you could just see it. I think you're like it has to be like an all-in or nothing thing. And Lucy's not really into the middle gray area stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. You talk like you really know him. Like you guys are close friends. I thought
I'm not a close friend. I told you when I was at the strip club, like he helped me out. Like I was having some issues with, you know, my wife. You know, we always arguing. And in that strip club, when he let me in, he sat me down and kind of showed me how to be a better husband. You know,
the Satan.
Yeah.
At the strip club.
Yes.
How to be a better husband.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amechi, did you take anything from Satan? Like, I feel like my friends are going crazy right now, making these sorts of deals. It seems. Is there anything?
Did I take anything from him?
No. Yeah.
I mean, I met him. Remember when I was working on Wall Street? I totally lied on my resume, but he was there on my first day. He showed me the ropes, showed me how to use, you know, all the systems stuff, and how to trade. So yeah, I mean, he was great.
He just gave you onboarding training.
Yeah.
And scene. Just doing a job.
Just doing a job.
See, help me out.
So
Show
there's
me out.
the printer over here. Bathroom to down the hall.
Yeah.
If you treat them nicely, that's everybody wants to treat somebody bad, right? It's give them some encouragement. Try to be friendly. You never know.
Yeah.
Might break through.
On the surface, I don't know any way the devil hurt anybody. There's a few ways that God have done some things that mess some people up, but I'm not sure if Satan ever laid a hand on anybody. Antoine, Satan sympathizer.
Yeah, you know what?
You show me where he actually did the things they said he did. I saw none of it.
You know what?
Like his West Coast was offering somebody food. Like what? We don't do that.
When you think about it, if you
he just caused confusion. All he did was cause confusion. That's it.
Psychological, where you had a choice. He didn't let locusts loose. He didn't turn somebody to a pillar of salt. He didn't put those powers into effect like that. He's just like, you sure you want to do that?
He's probably like that family member that you're about to like do something really, really cool, and they're gonna be like, I don't know if that's for you. Let me explain why I don't think that's for you, man. You've never been shit your whole life. Now you want to be a billionaire? Come on.
Yes. The original hater.
Just go back in there and
the original hater.
Smoking that weed, man. That's what you really want to do.
That's what you should be doing, man. Smoke this weed, sit on the couch, get comfortable.
It turns out he turns into a drug dealer post that. He's the catalyst. It's actually a really interesting like character, right? He's a very interesting character. Every time they show him in television, I'm underwhelmed. I'm very underwhelmed. It's very
nobody's really captured the essence.
No one's really ever. No one. The closest was a Supernatural, but they bombed it because they kept him in the series. Satan can't be a main character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
He was never a main character.
Lucifer.
Lucifer. It's hard for me to watch because I don't want to watch LA sexy Satan. Man. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch the guy. With the Satan that I was impressed with, there's two devils that I was like, wow, this is actually pretty incredible. There's the devil from the Faust, Dr. Faust, which kind of was like, he was like a deal broker. He just gave out bad deals, right? And then there's the Lucifer in Paradise Lost, right? Where I think, they kind of details the falling of Satan. And I'm like, no one's ever shown that part of him, right? The actual fall and how the fall could change into you and the corrupt human beings. I'm like, that's a really good part of a story that I think would get a lot of people's attention. And it kind of says a lot about who this guy is, man. Like the really only crime he committed was pride, right? He was just did not fuck with God's plans, right? He's like, I don't like him. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, make me. And then he kicked his ass out and threw him down wherever he threw him. He took half of his crew with him because, there's always some motherfuckers working for you that ain't shit. There's always somebody working for you that's trying to cut your legs off. Nonetheless, he took a third of them. That was the Paradise Lost. He took a third of the angels. They crashed. They were the darkness turned into these ghoulish people. And then somehow he became this like super charismatic, sexy LA, Lucifer. I was like, what? Okay. I mean, I guess you got to have Lucifer with the times. But I'm like, if he was to like show himself today, I don't think he would be LA sexy.
Let's see.
Think he would be LA sexy. I would be an Instagram model. Like if I was Lucifer, I would be a voluptuous Instagram model that gets people to do things that they normally wouldn't do unless they were on my page. That's how I would do it. Because you have access to if Lucifer's really on Facebook, that's like 3 billion people he could corrupt right there. I would be running Facebook ads. you would be, they'd be like, man, Lucifer is listening to every conversation. He keep popping up on my feed.
Yeah. Before he didn't have the technology, right? He had to go to one person at a time.
One person at a time. Had to play the long game.
now he just needs a Twitter feed and Instagram.
That's all he needs. Twitter feed and a couple of publicists just constantly pushing out, bad deals and lies or confusion about what's out there. Because think about it, like the truth right now. I don't know if you watched the movie. There's a show on Netflix called I think it's called How to Be a Tyrant or How to Be a Tyrant, I think it is. And they have this playbook. And one of the playbooks that tyrants and dictators use is they make truth relative, right? Means, and they will make it from science all the way to what you saw with your own eyes has to be censored and you can't get it out because it will disrupt truth. We're at step one when people they're starting to lose faith in science.
My God.
They're starting to lose faith in what they actually see or heard somebody say.
My God.
And there's so much confusion that I'm like, dude, this is the perfect time if you are Satan. If you don't strike now, there's no way I believe you exist. You are full of shit, dude. People literally are saying, like, science?
Right.
Science. Every dictator that's ever ruled in the modern world has made science confusing, like made it not based on facts. Like every single one, right? So yeah, all he needs is to get access to social media, man, or build his own, which why would you do that? Just go off. No one's gonna put Lucifer in Facebook jail. Especially if you are like,
why not?
Like, come on, man. I mean, I'm not trying to give Satan a game book.
Sounds like you are, John.
I'm not a Satan sympathizer. I'm just saying. I thought you were an opportunist. You don't seem to be an opportunist.
We cut to Satan's lair. One of his cronies is running up. Mr. Satan, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes. What's going on?
I don't know if you've seen it, but the world, it's changed. It's made it much easier for us now. I know that you were trying to build your horde the old-fashioned way, but we have some new ideas we want to show you. We think we should get on Twitter. We think we should get on Instagram.
Twitter?
Yes.
What is this? Is this new thing I hear everybody talking about? You can just basically send a message to the whole world.
Exactly. Now I know you've been doing it one way for millions and millions of years.
My deals have been paying off. I have a high success rate.
Yeah, but it's not getting that exponential curve, and we've been running some numbers, and we want to show you something. Come into the conference room.
This better be good. I'm telling you. I have a pitchfork meeting in 20 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, it'll only take a second. We just think that the old-fashioned image isn't really working for you. We want to rebrand you a little bit. We want to put you in a different.
Boom. I'll take it from here, Antoine.
Go for it.
Down Satan. Now I know you've just known me as Jimmy, the guy who wipes up the blood after somebody's killed. But listen to me. I've been thinking about this. I've been watching this. I've got some nieces, nephews, some young people. They're all on the Twitterverse. Listen, all you got to do is get a Twitter account, say something funny, a little mean, and boom, you can have the ears and the eyes and the minds of millions of people, not just in this country. I mean, I know we're kind of under the America part. I'm talking about all over the world, Satan, all languages, all people. That's it. You just get a Twitter account. Boom. And then when you're verified, that check mark there, that little blue thing, I don't even know what to say.
I'm not feeling the blue check mark. I think it would have to be more red if I was going to be a part of it, or green, potentially a black one. But here's a bigger question for you guys. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been building my evil empire for a long time. Why the fuck do I want to be the one messaging people? What do I have all you demons for? Why haven't all you demons have Twitter accounts? You could do way more damage than me.
Everybody who's anybody is out in front of the company. You got Zuckerberg. You got
I already got his soul. I already got Bezos' soul. I already got Musk's soul. Okay, I got all of those guys. They're coming. They got their time. Are you telling me that I have to put myself in their world?
I'm telling you, the time is now.
Authenticity. Do you know how excited people get when they follow or get a retweet or some sort of response from a famous person, right? So if we're doing it, they're like, oh, this isn't really coming from devil. But if they know that the devil himself sent that message, and then when they like that comment or they made some reply and the devil liked it, oh, devil, you're thinking short-sighted. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to push you. Play the long game, devil. I know you've been building your empire. You got your widgets and your old computers back there running reel-to-reel tapes or whatever's happening. But this is the now. Get with the now, devil. I mean,
so what do you think I should do? What's the first thing I should do from here on out? I'm kind of fair game. I kind of want to get into this.
Well, there's this thing called TikTok. There's a thing called TikTok, and they got dances on there. You should do the trending dance. That will get you in the door, no problem.
Good one.
I should do the trending dance on TikTok.
Make up your own. Get a good choreo. Hey, is Amechi still around? Amechi the evil with the best dance moves.
Did somebody say my name 3 times?
There he is.
It's dance on in the room.
Man, that dude right there.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
We have a job for you. Satan needs a dance for TikTok. We're gonna get him trending.
Yes, I just the perfect dance for you, Mr. Satan. This one will we're gonna do something really, really cool. It's just gonna focus on the hands. So people can do it easily and copy it, and it can spread around the world.
That's true.
I like that. I like it to be spread quickly. So you're saying I can do something with my hands. Which let me see what you got. Let me see what we can put together.
Okay, so it's just a little something like this, like this, and like this. Go perfect. Wonderful. Yes.
We cut to Antoine at his grandmother's house. Boy, you better quit moving your hands like that, going up and down in your face. Oh, you'll stop it. You will not be doing the devil's moves in this house. Now, my friends down at the church, we've been praying. This has been taking over these young people, and where it is, this is something that's coming from the devil.
Big Mama, everybody at school is going to be doing this dance. I need to practice. I don't want to be the only one who can't do it. But it doesn't matter if it came from Satan or whatever. It's a cool move.
Oh my goodness, what kind of world we living in? Satan done taken over the minds of the young people with dances, and you got a Twitter account. I'm told we've been praying down at the church. We've been praying, trying to get rid of them, but apparently it's not working. Look at my own grandson in here dancing with devil fingers.
You can't pray Twitter away, Grandma. There's really nothing you can do. It's the internet, and it's hot right now.
We cut back to the meeting. So we do have a lot of people that are following us now, and I want to congratulate you. There's an overwhelming children's population. I've never really been able to reach children as much. TikTok definitely reaches the kids.
Good idea.
Yeah, there's a compound following phenomenon that occurs when you get enough followers. They start just making more followers on top of the followers you already have. It's making your followers work for you. You know about followers, Satan.
Yeah, so it got me thinking. I don't think I need this brick and mortar hell anymore. I think I'm going to create it on Twitter.
You moving to the cloud?
Moving it to the cloud. I'm going to take my soul. Lucifer moves to the cloud. Now that, if you was Amazon Web Services, that would be a commercial that would change the game. Lucifer taking hell to the cloud. There's never another commercial ever cloud company could make. You would own it.
Oh gosh. So many things older people think are from the devil, all these books and movies, and then we finally get something from the
An
devil.
actual dance from
And they
the
can't
literal
even-
devil.
From the literal devil.
and can't get rid of it.
Can't get rid of it.
You can't burn the internet, Grandma. I'm sorry.
Pour holy water on the Wi-Fi, it starts sparking and shit. That's so crazy, man. Because I think what's funny is like technology, it enhances so much, man. It kind of illuminates the behaviors, the relationships. Like you remember back in the day, there weren't as much conflict on a daily basis.
That's right.
Because you just didn't have as many people that you were engaged with.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, my children will grow up constantly engaging with a global population of people almost every step, phase of their life. They're curious to see like what that just naturally turns out, like what kind of like new guidelines come out of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kelly said maybe that's why Jeff Bezos took that flight. Possibly. Possibly. I saw some Larry Page. This is how crazy if you're a billionaire. You actually got people whose job is to find where you are and just tell people where you are if you're a billionaire. And this guy is in the middle of like the Maldives or something. He bought an island. He has a super yacht and there's like nothing on it but just him and like whatever he wants on it. And nobody can get to it. The only way is by flight or boat because he wants to be that isolated. And I was thinking to myself, like, is there something like that everybody could take from that? Like, like everybody should at some point kind of remove themselves from just the high traffic of all of these different ideas and thoughts and bullshit quotes, all that shit, right? Like maybe you should unplug and have that solace to kind of reconnect with your humanity, because the one thing about some of these ideas is that, you know, one quote I've heard, like we said, people don't have ideas, ideas have people, right? That was a quote that stuck to my mind. I forgot who said it. But imagine you have thousands of those ideas coming at you every day. You're scrolling and scrolling. You're just charged. You know, the algorithm is picked up for you to only get seen what you have a response to. And the things that get the most response are emotional things, right? So it's kind of like designed for you to stay in an emotionally anxious place, whereas removing yourself, you know, could literally reprogram or reset you back to have like a normal cadence of like, it's not normal to be constantly worrying about how somebody else thinks. You know, we're wrong here. If that's where we're at, we should be worrying about what somebody actually physically does. And part of that starts with going back with yourself. You know, if you're in a place of confidence and peace, with no matter what situation you're dealing with, you could deal with life in a healthier way. When you start adding all that extra stress, man, it wears you down. And unfortunately, a lot of those like people that do those companies, some of them make it to a long life. Some of them don't. And stress is a big part of it.
Let me ask you guys, do you guys ever have times you unplugged? When's the last time you went somewhere where you didn't have phone service or you turned the phone off?
Right. No.
When we go to Colorado, one thing I like, we're going to drive again. There's an area where you drive, it's just dead zone. When you're in the mountains, there is Wi-Fi there, but nothing there screams, hey, let's get on the internet right now. You know, so much beauty that it's actually better for me when I just walk and I'm not hearing anything. Like if there's no wind blowing, you don't hear anything but just this beautiful silence. And there's something so rich about it that like when we go on vacation out there, we don't use our phones too much. And I love it. I love it.
A friend of mine, took a vacation. It's somewhere here in Houston, and I believe it's a monastery, but it's you. I think it's like a silent weekend. Like there's no TV, there's no phone. People there don't talk to you. It's all silent. You're just there. I mean, you see people. You know, but
Not
just,
here.
you better be healthy. Then I know. I'm sure they break. It's got to be some kind of protocol for that. But,
Of course.
But it's just it's just all silence. And she did that to kind of recharge and unplug from some stuff and then get back in there. I was like, wow, could I do that? I don't know.
Would you do that, Tandi?
I have funny thoughts, so I'm gonna be laughing. Like something is just gonna come in my mind. And I mean, if it's okay to laugh like silently without engaging somebody, yeah, I'll go. But if I have to like be serious and just, almost dream state and quiet and serene constantly, I don't know about that.
If I had, I could be remote without human connection. I don't necessarily have to have if I could obviously speak with my family or whatever, but if I had some movies and some good chiba, I could probably stay in a cabin for 6 or 7 days to really kind of get that freedom of constraint of obligation with other people, right? I think that's absolutely necessary. Waking up feeling like there's all these people pulling you can feel kind of heavy at times, especially when you have kids. Trying to have time. I know for me, Antoine, you got one thing we found out when we did our vacation without children, man, it lets you come back and enjoy them even more because you will get tired of your children's constant routine of whatever they need from you, even though you will never possibly say it out loud or say it to the kid, right?
Yeah.
You'll feel God damn, you need to go to boot camp for 3 days just so that I can not think about it. So I think it's important. I think it's important and necessary for a lot of people if they can.
Heck yeah. That's normal. Oh, that's normal. I used to lobby for that for my birthday and Mother's Day. Just y'all leave me alone. How about that? Somebody give me a hotel room with nobody else in there, just me. Get some movies and watch. Man, that's it. That's all. That's all. But
what can you give me for my birthday? Space.
Quiet.
I don't want anything.
Yeah, just for a little while. It don't have to last long, but just don't give me that though. What's out? Move around. Spread out.
We cut to Tandi's birthday. All right, Tandi, I know you told us that you didn't want a birthday party. You didn't want anybody talking to you for your birthday.
Yeah.
But we're a group and we needed to see you because we felt some kind of way. We want to share our love and appreciation for you on your birthday. We don't like that you like to shut us out on your birthday. It's not fun.
It makes us not feel very good.
Yeah, I see.
And I don't want to not feel very good on Tandi's birthday. I want to feel good on Tandi's birthday.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
How long have you been planning this? Because I know getting these tickets to Alaska last minute must have really set you back. And second, how did you find out that I was flying to Alaska for my birthday and where I'd be staying? All of these details. I didn't tell you guys how.
We hired somebody to find you.
What?
Yeah, we knew. I mean, we marked it on the calendar. We knew Tandi's birthday was coming. It's like, oh, she's gonna try to go dark. So we hired somebody to keep tabs on you.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
We knew you were going before you went. We planned it out that. If you think about it, last year we were going to have this big show on your birthday.
Yeah.
And right the day before, you're going to tell us you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk to anybody on your birthday. You know how bad it was. We had to do that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a Tandi birthday show, and Tandi wasn't there.
Listen, we're just an improv troupe, okay? We are separate individuals. It's okay for people to have space and their wants. And if my one want is to just be alone on my birthday, not to be around anybody, Why can't y'all honor that, man?
What about our wants
Well,
as a group?
there's 3 of us and 1 of you. You know.
Yeah, the group wants.
Yeah. What about the group want? The group wants 3 parts of the group want to hang out together, and 1 part of the group doesn't want to be together.
Yeah, you got outvoted.
Yeah.
That's how we've always been. We outvoted you.
Usually we all kind of agree on something.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like on John's birthday when he wanted to be alone, and we all thought that was a good idea. We, you know, he had a good time.
Right, John? You had a good time, right?
I loved it. It was so transformational.
I'm sorry. How did John get to be alone? But when it's my birthday, you feel the need to impose on my event and disregard my wishes.
Well, we all voted for John to have his own private birthday. So
yeah,
we all agreed it was a good idea. I thought we. Oh.
So what are we gonna do in Alaska first?
No.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna just do my thing. If you guys just want to go ahead,
let's vote on it. Who all wants to have Tandi do her thing?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I would never join in.
This is the.
Sorry, you got outvoted, Tandi. What are we doing?
I know prior to this, birthdays were very important to me. I know y'all listen to my spiel about how I, love celebrating birthdays and everybody should have somebody with them. I mean, I know you heard that, but I think you guys are just taking it too far now. It's okay if I want to be alone. I mean, I'm able to change. I can change my mind. I can be different. And
so Tandi, we know why you're going to Alaska. All right. We know it's not to be by yourself. You're meeting up with Lucy. We all know this. We all know you're meeting up with Lucy in Alaska. Yeah, I saw you guys at the party last time. You guys were really in a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you guys, you were like, why are you here? Why are you with Lucy? I don't want to have to explain myself anymore. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm grown. I don't have to answer to y'all about who I hang out with.
I mean, we're not saying you got to answer to us. We're just saying you got to vote, and we decided to vote against it.
Do you want to do the vote again?
We could do the vote again.
We can do the vote again.
Fine, vote. Okay, yeah.
All right. Who's all for Tandi meeting up with Lucy without us? 1, 2.
That's 1.
Yeah, it's just 1. It's just 1 to 3. The nays have it.
Listen,
so
okay, fine.
We want to meet him.
Right. If I meet Lucifer, you can't go in and you can't ask questions. You can't ask for special favors. You can't do any of that. Just be chill. Don't embarrass me.
What are you guys going to be doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Lucifer's met a whole bunch of people. He can't be, feel some kind of way if we're around, right?
He has a bit of a reputation.
He's a pretty chill dude. Probably just going to kick back, have some movies, just watch a few movies in the room.
He's chill. I don't think he would be chill. Okay.
This Twitter feed says otherwise.
Yeah, he's always like
going off on that.
He's going can't.
Roasting people left and right.
Kevin
Samuels on his Twitter feed.
That dude, I mean, I get it. He doesn't have us both in the same. We're never in the same place at the same time. But no, Luce was really chill when he bought his house in LA. He kind of really chilled out, got a little sexy LA vibe going on. I mean, it's just like it's real down to earth. It's no frills. It's that's who he is now. Yeah, and then he's gonna be breaking out his new dance moves. If you guys go, I don't want you copying it. I don't want you. He's gonna be doing this. This is his own thing.
I still haven't even nailed it right. I've been working on it. I haven't quite got it.
I'm saying don't embarrass me. Embarrass me with that.
We're not gonna embarrass
you. It's cool. We just go.
Can I say something about? I kind of feel some kind of way.
Okay.
You chose to hang out with Lucifer on your birthday instead of us. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that.
Wow. I didn't know you guys felt like that. I mean, I wasn't putting Lucifer above you guys. You guys are really important to me.
Well, let's just get it all out there. Where do you put him relative to us, right? Just where do we stand, and where does the devil stand on your affinity?
And he's not. I mean, you guys are great. You guys are great dudes.
Oh,
what does he do that we don't do?
No, I mean, he's not all bad, right? He does some things.
I heard it was all bad. I heard he was nothing but bad.
No, he's done some good things. Like, remember we didn't get into that comedy festival in that other state, and I was like, dang, Lucy they didn't let us in. He was like, say no more. Boom, COVID. Shut it down. Nobody went to a comedy festival that year. I mean, it's not all bad. It helped us. I mean,
bad.
we didn't have to.
We still didn't go. I mean,
we still didn't go. A lot of people were very inconvenienced and hurt and sick. It's not exactly the best of the scenario.
And that seemed like it came out of God's playbook too. It doesn't seem like something Lucifer would do.
That's true.
He's bringing on pandemics.
Well, I'm not taking y'all. You could go to this man's house, eat his snacks, and diss him. And you're gonna say that it sounds like something God did when I know He did it. Come on now. That's why. No, you can't go. No,
I do have some questions. I mean,
write them down. I'll take
so hard on his Twitter. And I'm like, wait a second. What changed? How did you go from this master manipulator to now you're doing all these upgrades and lifts? He's handing out butt lifts through Twitter. All that. Come on, man. That sounds like God. That's God's Old Testament playbook.
See, yeah. Listen, I know because we've been together for quite a few years, right? And this has really worked out well so far. But I'm kind of seeing where the road is kind of diverging. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing where the road is kind of diverging, where we're not like all on the same page here.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Tandi. We should vote on this.
I'm telling you.
Okay, vote.
This is Lucy we talking.
Listen, I'm just saying, all right? Lucifer gets me, right? He gives me space. He doesn't crowd me out. He doesn't outvote me, you know. It's just a good working relationship. It's something we cut to
Tandi. She was able to dissuade the group enough to where they would go off on their own for the first day and do something. It's just Lucifer and her in a cabin in Alaska, and we cut in on them settling in for the night.
So, how many more times do we have to watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I mean, I like it, but 300 times seems a bit much. It's kind of getting painful. I don't understand.
I usually watch them about 666 times. It's usually when I actually get like a really good vibe for the whole picture. It's really incredible body of work.
But you have like 17 movies. When I saw this, you led me to believe we were going to watch a variety. You didn't say that we are going to just pick one movie and watch it.
Are you in a rush? Are you in a rush? I thought we were having fun here.
I mean, we are.
It's just chilling. I know I'm not who people think I am on Twitter. I'm just a chill dude. I thought that's what we came out to do, is just chill, kick back. I'll get to the other movies in a second. I got a couple more times I want to see this.
It's kind of feeling like it's not a good thing, Lucifer. It started out kind of cool. Now it's feeling like some kind of punishment or something bad.
A punishment?
Yeah.
You sitting on this nice little sofa right here with me, and you think that's a punishment?
No, I mean, the place is nice. I'm talking about like being forced to watch this movie.
You've been acting really strange when your friends showed up. Don't think I don't know. I know they're here.
I was trying to keep that from you. I didn't want you to feel like pressured or anything like that, but they followed me here. I did not invite them. They just followed me. And
they didn't follow you. I invited them.
What?
Yes. They thought they were trailing me. I left breadcrumbs every step of the way. I wanted them to come here. I wanted you to see what you'd be giving up for life with me, right? You want comfort. A lot of good movie watching.
One movie, it's my favorite, but it's over and over.
Beautiful Beverly Hills mansions.
In Alaska.
I mean, I'm just saying I have one in Beverly Hills.
No, I'm sorry.
You know, or you can still be worrying about that improv festival you guys didn't get to before COVID-19. Remember that time you were considering to go and do that show with them?
I was really
and over dating me. Remember that conversation? You were like, I kind of got to do this thing. I already did it before.
Oh, no, stop. Wait a minute. Did you say we're dating?
Insane. That's the Cant Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. I like the thought of OCD Lucifer. I got to do everything 666 times. That's when it feels right. I can't go less or more than that.
That's how that's, yeah. What if that is really how the mark of the beast happened? He's just really OCD. It's like you can't get past it. You just won't let it. I gotta do it. Opens every door.
So whether you're a billionaire sympathizer or dating Satan or whatever have you, thank you for stopping by. Miranda, Kelly, Astrid, thank you so much for leaving a comment. Really love having people in the chat. But I think we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So DJ Comfy, go ahead and get them tunes ready for John, for Tandi, for Amechi, for myself. For Cant Tell Us Nothing, everybody.